Hey, what's up guys? Emo Cat Dad here, hanging out with you, bringing you yet another edition of Emo Cat Dad Listens. If you're new here, what I do is every day of 2024, I about check out a new band or artist. I check out 4 songs from across their discography, give you my thoughts on the songs individually, come back, rank the songs for you, and then give you my overall thoughts on the artist. Today, I'm doing a little bit of a smaller artist called Cherie Amour. Why am I doing Cherie Amour? Well, they're opening up this pop punk tour that I want to go to next month. It's Between You and Me, Young Culture, and Homefront. And then there's different openers on every other date depending on where you are. My date, because I'm East Coast, is getting Cherie Amour. I never checked out Cherie Amour. I really enjoy the other bands, Young Culture being a favorite of me and my wife's. Between You and Me and Homefront, I also have checked out and really enjoy seeing them both live. At least once, Homefront multiple times. So I definitely want to head out to this tour, but I figure I should probably know the opening band as well. So that's why we're diving into Cherie Amour today. So what are my expectations for Cherie Amour? I'm expecting them to be a modern day pop punk band. I'm assuming they're going to have some trap beats in there because that tends to be what modern pop punk bands do when they stick with that. It's either trap beats or it's more so on the poppier side of things with guitar, kind of like a pop rock, similar to, Young Culture. So that's what I'm expecting from Cherie Amour. I don't know what else we're going to get from them, but maybe I'll be completely wrong and this will be completely different than what I'm expected. All right, so the band only has 2 EPs and a full length. So we're going to start with their earliest EP called Internal Discussions. And I checked out their most popular song, according to Spotify anyways, Orlando. All right, so the melody grabbed me right away. It's super fun. I can't really explain the vibe of the song because it's basically 2 different songs in one. The first half is pop vocals over rock and a little bit of electronic beats as well. The second half is more like hip-hop vocals over still rock, but more like trap beats. It was super interesting throughout. And I mean, the only thing I could see people having an issue with this is in the lighter half of the song, they do use some more chipmunk vocals. I don't run into that. I'm a big Alvin, Simon, and Theodore guy, so I didn't bump into it, but I can see why some people might. But I definitely see why this band got a bunch of streams on this song specifically. It's such an interesting listen to from front to back. We're going to check out their debut album, which came out in 2022, called Spiritual Ascension. And I listened to the track, Love's Not Your Thing. All right, so this one has a straight up pop punk chorus. Love, love, love. Even though I'm the emo cat dad, I really should be the pop punk cat dad because I grew up on pop punk and that's what flows through my veins. In that same chorus, they also name dropped the band by saying Cherie Amour. Really dug that. I don't think enough bands do it. It's very brave to do it early on because people think you're full of yourself if you do. It just fit the vibe so well here. I was not complaining. I guess if I had one minor gripe is that we don't get an actual bridge in the song. I love bridges. I'm a big bridge guy. If they're done well, the song goes to a whole new level for me. Unfortunately, this one, if you could call it a bridge, was just kind of like a reprise of one line. So yeah, wish we got an actual bridge. All right, so last year they released an EP called Some Songs. So I figured that's probably what they're going to be touring off. So I should check out 2 songs from that. And then I realized the 2 songs I just listened to were also on the Some Songs EP, but acoustic versions. So I guess I'm basically going to be listening to 4 out of 5 songs on Some Songs. We're going to start with Storm, which has the most streams. Sometimes I walk the streets alone. It's either here or back. Okay, so this has a different vibe altogether. This is kind of like a Sublime 311, like beach sing-along song, like really pop rock summer vibes going around. And I kind of dig it. And lyrically, this is probably the best that I've heard from the band. It didn't stretch its muscles as much as the first track or have the pop punk sound that I really dug on the second track, but still an all-around good vibe. Alright, so the next song off Some Songs I'm going to listen to is 702, which is the first track, the one that precedes Storm, so clearly listen to these out of order, but what are you going to do now? Alright, so this has that pop-punk sound right in the opening, but it's mixed in with some turntables, which I found super interesting. Gave me, like, kind of old-school Issues vibes. Minus the screaming, of course, because there's no unclean vocals. And speaking of Issues, I think that's probably pretty apt. Well, maybe, I guess, the home team version of, like, heavy pop is probably more apt. Because, again, no unclean vocals. But there's a lot of different sounds in this one, and I'm digging it. And we get an actual bridge. See, complaining works, kids. This one has kind of a hip-hop flow over top of it. Goes into an interlude before coming back to the chorus. Really dug it. I hope Cherie Amour keeps making music that pushes in all these different directions. Especially all these different directions that I enjoy. Because this band should be way bigger than they currently are. Based on these 4 songs anyways. Speaking of these 4 songs, let's go ahead and rank them. At number 1, I'm going to go 702. Like I was saying, there's like 3 or 4 different styles in here. They did them all really well, and they melded them all together perfectly, that I couldn't help myself but enjoy this. At number 2, we're going to do Orlando. Again, just different styles, and the way that they split it, like half song pop, half song hip hop, was so cool, but you still get the rock elements, you still get trap beat elements. Really fun overall. At number 3, I'm going to do Love's Not Your Thing. This was tough because, again, I really had nothing negative to say about the songs. Just the fact that it didn't have a bridge probably is what kept it at 3. And at number 4, Storm. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the song whatsoever. Just if we're going based on vibes alone, this is the 4th best song vibe-wise for me. So unfortunately, that's what keeps it at 4. Alright guys, thank you so much for checking out this video. I'm your friendly neighborhood Emo Cat Dad. I hope you go back and listen to the other videos I did. I name dropped the home team in this. I did a video on them a couple weeks ago, so check that out if you wish. I also want you to give me some suggestions of bands to check out. You guys have been so great. I've gotten so many good suggestions. This one was not a suggestion because people aren't suggesting me pop punk that I haven't heard. So if you know any good, small pop punk bands that I haven't checked out, please let me know. I want to get into them like Cherie Amour. If there's any bands like Cherie Amour that that aren't on my radar, please, 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 please drop them below. As well as any other band you want me to check out. I got 300 plus more days to go. I'll need them. But most importantly, I hope you stick around with me for the rest of this ride. Like I said, 300 plus more to go, and I want you to be here for it. And the easiest way to do that is to simply cut my wrists and hit subscribe. I'm your friendly neighborhood Emo Cat Dad, and until tomorrow, I'm signing off with I Want to Hear You Sad.